At 7:34 on the East Coast, are 3 Californias better than 1? The state Supreme Court does not think so. California's High Court unanimously nixing a proposal to split California into 3 separate states. The measure will no longer appear on the ballot this November, a defeat for the long-shot push to divide the country's most populous state. Joining us right now is Fox News Channel's Jeanine Pirro, author of Liars, Leakers, and Liberals, the case against the anti-Trump conspiracy. Judge, good to see you this morning.
Good to be with you.
Let's talk first about this initiative before we get into the book. Congratulations on the book, by the way.
Thank you.
We're going to talk about it. This initiative to split the state of California into 3 states. It is funny, isn't it?
It is. But it's perfectly appropriate because California is wacky anyway. So why not whack it up 1, 2, or 3 times? The problem was the court said, look, you can't do this because it's got to be approved by the state legislature, 2/3 of the state legislature. It wasn't approved. So the court said, we're not going to put it on the ballot. That doesn't mean that they won't try to do it again. They've actually tried to do it before when they tried to cut the state into 6 parts. But they were talking about they wanted to do Northern California, Southern California, and then California. And so they said not.
Maybe it would have been then 2 sanctuary states and 1 not.
That's
interesting. 3 sanctuary states.
The Orange County portion will definitely not be a sanctuary state.
Right, okay, so true. Yes. But it's not happening.
Well, in the whole area around Riverside, California, you see it's in the red there. There are people always get really angry at us when we talk about California, that left-wing nut, wildly liberal, deep blue state, because there are a lot of people who are conservative. And you've seen that locally with the pushback on this sanctuary state law. You've had mayor after mayor step up and say, we are not abiding by that law.
Yeah, that's right. There are sections of California that are absolutely incensed with what the rest of California is doing. Yeah. But, you know, they still live there.
Well, I had a driver in Malibu, and he was like whispering to me, I like Trump. I'm a conservative. I don't tell anybody around here. I'm like, oh, really? All right, meanwhile, there's this. A Democratic candidate vying for Alaska's House seat is sparking some controversy this morning. The candidate is not an Alaska native. In fact, she's never even set foot on the state, nor does she plan to campaign in Alaska. She's on the primary ballot. Democratic officials are questioning her authenticity. Judge, you've been on a number of ballots yourself.
Yeah, that's a game I'm familiar with, but never for Congress. Look, the Constitution says, number 1, you have to be a certain age, and you have to be a citizen to run for Congress, and the only thing is you have to inhabit the state at the time you're elected. Now, this woman's from New Jersey. She admits she's not going to Alaska, but she wants to run for Congress there. So you say to yourself, why do you want to run for Congress? And she says, because I feel a kinship to Alaska.
Oh my
and there
God.
You have it.
But I mean, is she going to do the right thing for Alaska? Does she care about the issues that the people of Alaska care about?
Well, she says she feels a kinship, and she says, I want to do good in a place that I feel a kinship for. She's never been there. She doesn't plan on going there. She plans on doing it online. I think she's going to lose.
Thank you.
We'll see. Meanwhile, President Trump doubles down his support for the intel community now. In a new interview last night, the president said he holds Russian President Vladimir Putin personally responsible for Moscow's interference in the 2016 election. You wrote a whole book about leakers and liars. Tell us what you think about this.
Well, I have to tell you, the book, it's so appropriate that it came out this week because the president basically teed it up.
Liars, leakers, and liberals.
The case against the anti-Trump conspiracy.
There it is.
Here's the thing. With the meddling, there's no question that Russia meddled. The president said it. But the problem is that the intelligence community is the one that cooked up these charges against him with a fake dossier, presenting it to a court, knowing that Hillary Clinton paid for it, and there's no wonder he's skeptical.
It's such an incredible story, it really is.
It's crazy. You wouldn't believe it if you watched it in the movie.
Yeah, what took place in the 2016 election.
But some in the intelligence community, we have to be careful, right?
Yes,
This is a question, not a statement, Judge. We have to be careful. These are some individuals who were up to no good.
Yeah, the top. The leadership went rogue.
But not the entire community.
No, of course not. And, you know, look, I worked with the FBI. I worked in law enforcement for over 3 decades. I mean, I've been a prosecutor, a judge, and a DA. I get that. They're good people. But what happened here was you had an administration that at the very top of the FBI, along with the top of the DOJ, the rules were just thrown aside. They teed up a Russia collusion investigation when that's what the insurance policy was all about. Remember the tweets and the emails, we'll have an insurance policy? That was a Russia collusion investigation, and they started planting the seeds in the event, God forbid, Donald Trump would be elected. They need to get over it. They need to snap out of it. The guy's the president. The economy's great. You guys are the Business Channel. You know that. And just leave the guy alone.
I'm going to ask you something on air, and I'm curious to your thought on this. Why, in the name of all that is holy, did President Trump keep Jim Comey on as the head of the FBI? Because the way Jim Comey operated was well known for years, even when he was here in New York in the Justice Department as an attorney. Why did he keep him on? It doesn't make any sense.
Let's add two more questions to that. Why did he put Jeff Sessions in as AJ? Why did he put Rod Rosenstein in there as deputy AJ? I'm just saying. So there's your question, and there's my two behind you.
Somebody was giving him bad advice.
Well, look, I think on the one hand, they made the decision to keep Comey because normally the FBI director is there for 10 years, all right? And it looks like, you're just being fair. Comey did this on one side, he did this on the other side. Let's see who the guy is. The president meets with him. Next thing you know, Jim Comey's writing these documents that he's going to use in the event he ever gets fired. So
no notes on Hillary Clinton, though. Only
no notes. You're right. And I think the thing with Jeff Sessions was about Donald Trump. He's a loyal man. I've known him for decades. You've known him for 100 years as well. So Jeff Sessions says, I want to be the attorney general. He was a U.S. attorney, but he lost his prosecutorial chutzpah, balls, whatever.
Did he tell the president that he was going to recuse himself on all things Russia?
No, he took the job, begged the president for the job, and then the next day recused himself and has been hiding in a closet ever since because Rod Rosenstein, who has every reason to make sure that the Comey-Mueller group stays together and in power, convinced him to go in the closet.
Is he conflicted, Rosenstein, because he's the guy also who said yes to the third warrant on the FISA warrant? He signed off on the FISA warrant for the third time when they renewed it.
He is so conflicted, Maria, not just in terms of signing on the warrant. He's the one who told the president, fire him. I read the memo. It was excellent. All the reasons to fire Jim Comey. And now he's in charge of the investigation as to whether or not the president inappropriately fired Jim Comey. You think that's a conflict?
What I think was really interesting is that Peter Strzok and Lisa Page are now contradicting each other. We heard from John Ratcliffe on Sunday.
Right, that we'll stop it. And Peter Strzok said, one, I don't remember writing that message. And then two, he said in behind closed doors, he said he was referring to the American people. Again, don't spit in my face and tell me it's raining. Right. That is exactly what he did.
And don't believe your lying eyes, honey. And here's the bottom line. The woman gets even.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, right. Lisa Page, you mean. Yeah,
what do you think about the president declassifying a lot of this information?
I want him to.
Okay.
I asked him when I interviewed him 2 weeks ago, and he said he doesn't want to get involved. But he might. He might change his mind. He really needs to declassify this.
He needs
the American people want to know, Mr. President.
Maria, we're singing the same tune.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Pick up Janine's book. Janine Pirro, it's great to see you, Judge.
Good to be with you, Maria.
Thank you so much for being here. And there's the book, Liars, Leakers, and Liberals, The Case Against the Anti-Trump Conspiracy.